Hi traders, it is Zim here, and I'd like to share my ZimFx strategy. For the strategy, you'll need to apply the 200 SMA, stochastic set to 833. For the trade setup, we look to buy when the price action is above the SMA and stochastic is oversold, and look to sell when price action is below SMA and stochastic is in overbought territory. The SMA is predominantly used to gauge the strength or weakness of the currency, and the probability of success increases as the distance in price action increases from the SMA line. Now, I've basically been backtesting the strategy for a couple weeks, and I thought it'd be worthy to share with you all. And I decided with doing that, I need to place a few trades just to see where we land up, and then I can review it, whether it was successful or not. So last week I played several trades, and that was the result. The first 4 trades were placed on the 2-hour chart. The 5th one was on the 1-minute chart. There wasn't much of a win on the last trade, but the setup was ideal and was a good example to show everyone, which is why I kept it in and took it, and I'll go through that now. So Aussie US dollar was taken on the 1-minute chart, and this wasn't the ideal setup. So the first thing I look at is the stochastic over or in the overbought territory. In this case it's over the 80 mark. Second thing I look at is price action below the 200 SMA. In this case it is. And the third thing I look at is what is the price action currently doing. It looked like it was testing a bit of resistance, a support level there, and I expected it to fall further based on the weakness, the stochastic indicator being in overbought territory, and it pressing a previous support level. In this case, I took profits at previous support, just a little bit lower down. I did take the entry quite late. There was a bit of action after I took this trade. It actually went down quicker than I could place the trade, which is why I only ended up with such a small amount of pips. But had I placed my take profit a bit lower, I would have gained more on this particular trade. But that is the general idea of the trade setup, and it's a good example of it. The next one, Euro Yen. So again, this is what I was seeing at the time I took the trade. First thing I look for is a stochastic in overbought or oversold territory. In this case it's overbought. Second thing I look for is it below the SMA, and how far below is it. In this case it wasn't very low. However, I saw that we were just about to retest some previous support or resistance levels there, and I took the trade expecting it to bounce off that level and go further down, which it did, and I gained 27 pips off that one. Next trade, pound yen. First thing I look at is where is this stochastic. In this case it's in overbought territory. The next thing I look for, is it below the 200 SMA? Yes it is. And then the third thing I actually look for is structure, to see if we can look for any bounces off structure. In this case there wasn't any significant structure, but I decided I had enough reason to get back in and take a short on this trade, which actually took 2 trades. The second one was actually an error. So what I did was I took profits early on the one trade and let the other one run a bit more, and which produced about 110-ish pips, maybe a little bit more. So that was that trade. So the last trade, this is what I was looking at the time I took the trade. Stochastic was just teetering in the oversold territory. I identified this as a sell, as it was below the SMA, so anything below the SMA is a sell. We'll be looking for a sell or a short. Anything above, we'd be looking to go long or buy. And third thing I looked at is some previous structure, just a little bit on the left, and anticipated a bounce off that, considering that we're kind of in a bearish trend here. In this instance, the trade didn't work out. I got stopped out, but the trade setup was there, so I took it. So that's it on the ZimFx strategy. Please do forward your thoughts, comments, any further ideas to optimize the strategy would be most welcome. Thank you very much.